What's your view on abortion?
I say yes and no.
Yes and no. Okay, why do you think yes and no?
Because they've been raped, incest, or rape and incest.
Rape and incest. Okay, so you believe if you're raped or incest that abortion's okay?
Yes.
And would you say that there's any other exceptions or just those two?
Just those two.
Just those two. Now, why are you against abortions for other reasons, not those two, but other?
If it wasn't those, then I agree with my mom. You shouldn't lay down and not have sex. I agree with my mom with that one. But other than those two, those are the only reasons why I'm for it.
Okay. And why do you think under rape and incest, why do you think that it's okay under those circumstances? Why is that important?
Because a woman was forced. It's not like she wanted to. And incest, the baby come out with defects or something.
Okay, so rape, incest, or defects. So that's a different one. So you think if
even with incest, you can have a defect with the baby. Because it's the same person. It's the same blood.
Can you talk a little louder? A little louder.
So it's the same thing. It's like if you have sex with your mom or your dad or whatever, it's basically kind of sick.
Yeah.
So,
but now, what about if you have a birth defects, but it's not rape or incest?
If it's gonna put the baby through pain, yeah, then I understand that. If like the baby's in pain and it's not gonna change anything, then yeah, that can also be an exception.
But if it's like deformed,
that's an exception as well.
Okay, so rape, incest, or deformity.
Defects, yes.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Let's say, first of all, I would agree that those would be difficult circumstances like rape, incest, or deformity. Those are all tough situations.
Yes.
I would agree with that. But let me ask you a question. Let's say that a woman, for whatever reason, had a 2-year-old, and that 2-year-old was conceived in rape. But for whatever reason, she let it live. It's 2 years old, conceived in rape, and let's say it also had a birth defect too. Do you think it would be morally okay, would it be right for that woman to take her 2-year-old that was conceived in rape or deformed and just kill it, just drown it in a river?
No.
And I would agree with you on that, but why do you think it would be wrong for her to do that?
Because she let the baby live already. She gave birth to it. It's like me saying if my daughter had a deformity and it was raped, I would go kill her. I wouldn't.
Well, why is that wrong? Why couldn't you just take her and why couldn't you say,
if she didn't want it in the first place and she knew, because the ultrasounds tell you if there's a deformity.
Yeah.
So
would you say that would be murder?
Yes.
You would say that's murder to take your 2-year-old and kill it? And I would agree that is murder. It's an innocent human being.
Yes.
Even if they were deformed, right? Even if they were deformed and even if it was a child of rape, it still would be murder, right? If it's a 2-year-old. So would you agree that really that's really the key thing is not really it's not really about rape or incest or even deformity. It's really about, is it a human being? Is it a valuable human being that's going to be murdered? Isn't that really the real issue?
Yeah.
Right? See what I'm saying? So the point all I'm making is that the unborn baby that's in your body, in your womb, if that little baby is just as human and just as valuable as, that's your daughter?
Yes.
How old is she?
She's 2.
2. Yeah, so if that little unborn baby is just as valuable as her, then shouldn't they deserve to be treated the same way and protected even if it was rape or incest? You see what I'm saying? Because you could have a 2-year-old that could be also, deformed or a child, but you wouldn't kill it.
No.
So isn't it really about the humanity of the unborn if it's as human and as valuable as a 2-year-old? You see what I'm saying?
I don't know, because like if I found out I was pregnant with her and she was raped by rape or incest, I would try to get rid of it before it even has a heartbeat. But some women don't. So.
But you agree that it would be wrong to murder a human being, right? So that's what I'm saying. If she's in your womb, and if it's if that baby that's in your womb is a human being, then it's a human being. Shouldn't they be protected and not killed if they're a human being? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, doesn't that kind of make sense? Yeah, I would agree. If you look at some of these pictures we have, even this one, I don't know if you saw this one here.
I've seen them on Facebook.
Yeah, you see it. So this is a baby that was killed in the womb, right? And you can see his head and his feet and his arms. And the reason why we bring these kind of pictures out here is because we want people to see that even these babies that are in your womb, before you actually give birth, are human beings. And because they're human beings, they're valuable. They're created in God's image. So even though you haven't had them yet, they haven't been delivered, they're still are human beings created in the image of God. And that's why even if this child was fathered by a rapist, doesn't that still look wrong to do that to them? Even if their father was a rapist, I mean, this little baby and why should they have to suffer because of a injustice of rape or incest or any of those things? Does that make sense? So do you think that you might want to maybe rethink or think about that position a little bit more? All right. Well, I think it's important to, you know, especially when you see the reality of what it really is. It's like, you know, they're little babies and they need to be protected. They don't deserve to be destroyed just because some jerk did some really bad thing, you know, or something like that. So, well, I appreciate your time interview, and thank you. And yeah, have a blessed day. And oh, one more thing. What's your view? Do you think these babies are created in God's image? Do you believe in God or Jesus? You believe in Jesus? And what do you think God? What do you think His view is on abortion?
That's bad.
Yeah, I think so, because in the Bible it says that they're created in God's image. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
So even from God's perspective, you believe in Him and what the Bible says. The Bible says that they're fearfully and wonderfully made, and so I would think that God wouldn't want us to kill them and to destroy them, even under a circumstance like deformity or rape, which are difficult, and rape is horrible. They're still God's creation. So all right. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot again, and have a great day.